Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the weirdest, coolest, and most mind-bending science experiments you can do right in your own kitchen. I am talking about a substance that breaks all the rules you thought you knew about states of matter. So I have a question for you. Is it solid? Or is it liquid? Well, let's find out together. What you're looking at here is a simple mixture of just two ingredients: cornstarch and water. That's it, nothing fancy, nothing complicated. But when you combine them in just the right way, something truly magical happens. The key is to add the water to the cornstarch very, very slowly, mixing it bit by bit. You're looking for a consistency that feels a little like honey or thick cream. It takes some patience, but trust me, the payoff is absolutely worth it. Alright, our mixture is ready. Now, let's start exploring its bizarre properties. I want you to watch closely. If I dip my finger into the mixture slowly and gently, look at that. It sinks right in, just like you'd expect from any liquid. It flows around my finger, it's wet, it's gooey. No surprises there, right? It behaves exactly like a thick liquid. I can swirl my finger around in it, and it offers very little resistance. It's like stirring a bowl of pancake batter. But this is where things get really strange. What happens if I stop being gentle? What if I introduce a sudden force? Let's try something different. Instead of dipping my finger in slowly, I'm going to punch it. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, bam. Look at that. My fist literally bounces off the surface. It didn't splash everywhere like water would. It didn't let my hand sink in. For a split second, it became as hard as a rock. My knuckles are completely clean. Isn't that incredible? Let's see that again in slow motion. As my fist makes contact, the surface instantly solidifies, resisting the impact completely. So what is going on here? We are witnessing the fascinating world of non-Newtonian fluids. Now that's a big term, but the concept is actually pretty simple to grasp. Most fluids we encounter every day, like water or oil, are Newtonian. Their viscosity or their thickness is constant. Water is always watery, no matter how you interact with it. But a non-Newtonian fluid, like our cornstarch and water mix, is a rule breaker. Its viscosity changes depending on the amount of stress or force applied to it. Let's break down the science behind this. Cornstarch is made up of tiny, irregular-shaped particles. When you mix them with water, these particles are suspended in the liquid. When you move slowly through the mixture, the particles have enough time to get out of the way, to slide past each other, allowing your finger to pass through. The water acts as a lubricant, letting them flow freely. This is why it feels like a liquid when you're gentle. However, when you apply a sudden, sharp force like a punch, everything changes. The impact happens so fast that the cornstarch particles don't have time to move aside. Instead, they jam together, locking into a rigid, lattice-like structure. They get tangled up, and the water that was between them is squeezed out. This sudden gridlock of particles creates a semi-solid state that can resist the force. The moment you release that pressure, the particles unlock, and the substance returns to its liquid-like state. It's an instant transformation, back and forth, between liquid and solid. Now let's have some more fun with this. I can scoop up a handful of the mixture. As long as I keep applying pressure, rolling it between my palms, look. I can form it into a solid ball. It feels firm, almost like a piece of dough or clay. I'm constantly squeezing it, keeping those particles locked together, but watch what happens the second I stop. The moment I open my hand and release the pressure, it melts. It just oozes and drips right through my fingers, turning back into a gooey liquid. It's solid one moment and liquid the next. Let's try that again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Solid ball, relax, and it's a puddle. This stuff is just unbelievable. You can try all sorts of things. If you tap the surface quickly with your fingers, it feels solid. It's like drumming on a tabletop. But if you rest your hand on the surface, it will slowly sink in, as if you've placed it in quicksand. Every single movement you make changes its response. Imagine a huge pool of this stuff. You could literally run across the surface without sinking. As long as your feet keep hitting the surface quickly and with force, it will remain solid underneath you. But if you stop for even a second, you'll start to sink. There are tons of videos online of people trying this, and it's just as amazing as it sounds. This principle isn't just a cool party trick, either. It has real-world applications. Think about certain types of body armor. Some advanced liquid armor uses a similar non-Newtonian fluid. Under normal conditions, the material is flexible and allows for easy movement. But upon the impact of something like a bullet, it instantly hardens to absorb the energy and protect the wearer. It is also used in some sports equipment and even in technology to protect sensitive electronics from drops and shocks. So this weird goop in a bowl actually the basis for some seriously cutting-edge technology. Science has never felt so weird or so fun. And the best part is, you can explore this phenomenon yourself with just a few simple items from your pantry. It's a fantastic way to experience physics hands-on. It encourages you to ask questions, to experiment, and to see the world a little differently. What other forces can you apply? What happens if you change the ratio of cornstarch to water? What if you try to cut it with a knife? Each interaction reveals another layer of its strange personality. It's a sensory experience unlike any other. The feeling of it transforming from solid to liquid right in your hands is something you really have to experience to believe. It's messy, it's playful, and it's a perfect example of how the universe is filled with wonder in the most unexpected places. So I challenge you to give it a try. Get your hands dirty, play with physics, and let me know in the comments how your own non-Newtonian fluid experiment goes. Thank you so much for joining me on this scientific adventure today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more weird science, cool experiments, and mind-blowing facts, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. And as always, stay curious. We'll see you in the next video.